We have learned that we get hungry not only because our stomach is empty, but because of the neural processors that anticipate the need for more nutrition. If you skip a meal, you become initially hungry, but as time progresses, you become less hungry because the accustomed mealtime passes.
This is because our hunger drive operates outside of consciousness.
Your brainstem signals the hypothalamus, which sends signals telling your body that it needs more food.
The hypothalamus sends us cues that we are hungry, and the ventromedial hypothalamus sends a cue that we are full. Oftentimes, people eat even when they don't get a cue from the hypothalamus and continue eating after their body tells them that they are full.
We want to eat food because it feels good. Our body releases dopamine, which is from the reward center of our brain, the nucleus accumbens. This positive reinforcement for our behavior increases the likelihood that it will happen again, and this is why people want to continue eating. The tributes must learn to control this drive.
Let the Hunger Games begin.
Wow, look at those, Pringles. I just had some. You should eat some, they'll make you feel great.
Now Abby and Marley here are experimenting with external cues as a strategy. Overeating is a result of stimulus-directed behavior. Eating should be a goal-directed behavior. You eat when you're hungry in an effort to subside hunger.
Overeating is also driven by external stimuli, such as boredom, anger, sexual frustration, fear, or anxiety. Schachter concluded that people respond to external cues of hunger, and obese people have an increased responsivity to these external cues and a decreased responsivity to internal cues. This can be a learned reaction and not inborn. People have a general tendency to finish the food that's on their plate, and this can also lead to overeating. Satiety, the feeling of being full, is a result of consumption norms and expectations, not necessarily the feeling of having a full stomach.
People eat meals based on when it's the culturally defined time to eat meals.
Ugh, those Pringles made me feel awful. Ugh, I'm so hungry. I miss lunchtime.
Now this is interesting. Marley is experiencing the internal cues of hunger. Now she's been deprived of food for 4 hours during the duration of her lunch period, and she's starting to feel its effects. The actual feeling of hunger and your body's need for nourishment. When the body is deprived of food, its blood sugar drops and the lateral hypothalamus releases orexin, a hunger-triggering hormone.
Didn't you just eat? I don't know what you're talking about.
People eat more food when they eat with other people. You try to gauge the amount of food you eat based on the amount the other person is eating, which also leads to overeating oftentimes.
We're getting to an interesting part in the games. A fourth of our tributes are down, and the temps are rising. The pressure is on to see who will be the victor of the 35th Hunger Games. Stress can be a debilitating part of hunger because stress and the amount of food consumed are positively correlated. People tend to eat unhealthy or dessert food when stressed.
He just died and I'm gonna die alone!
Aw, how heartbreaking. Katie just lost her lover. Here you can tell she is quite the emotional eater because she is substituting food for her emotional needs.
Wow, I'm really hungry. But I shouldn't eat any carbs. I need to stay healthy for the games. I know there's some fruit.
Whoa now, I guess they're deciding to cut out carbohydrates from their diet, which is interesting because I feel like survival is more important than going on a diet. I mean, this isn't a weight loss show. But I guess the low-carb diet is the new fad. The negative effects is explained through Robert Atkins' psychological theory.
If you cut out enough carbs from your diet, your body switches from using glucose to ketones as the main energy transporting molecules in the blood. Using ketones draws on its fat reserves by reducing blood sugar, and you reduce the insulin, which is the main hormone that promotes the deposition of fat in the body.
I can't sleep. I need to stay alert. I can't sleep. I need to stay alert. I can't sleep. I need to stay alert. We all knew this would be coming. Katie hasn't slept in 3 nights out of fear of being killed. Sleep deprivation can be a large cause of overeating. There are hormones released during sleep that control appetite and the body's use of energy. For example, insulin controls the rise and fall of blood sugar levels during sleep. People who don't get enough sleep have insulin and blood sugar levels that are similar to those in people who are likely to have diabetes. People who don't get enough sleep regularly seem to have high levels of hormone called ghrelin, which causes hunger, and low levels of a hormone called leptin, which normally helps curb hunger.
Congratulations to our winner of the 35th Annual Hunger Games, Abby Berthium. It's not a surprise at all because she was the only one who listened only to her internal cues of hunger and ate only when she was really hungry and avoided the temptation of eating based on the external cues. Congratulations.
Ready for this?
Interesting. Marley is experiencing the internal cues of hunger. Now she's been